I'm Max from Grasshopper Media. Nice to meet you. I gotta talk to this guy. Byron?
Hi. How are you?
I'm never better.
Who's this?
I'm Max.
Oh, Max Radica.
I'm so honored to meet you and pleased to meet you. And I'm sorry it's taken me so long to be here. I've come here a few times. I actually was here with Kevin and Annette.
Okay,
just the other day, and I did point you out from over there, and he said he didn't think that it was you, but we didn't talk to you. We made history and served Stephen Harper with a notice that if he doesn't respond in 30 days about the 50,000, he is lawfully arrestable.
Okay.
And whether he's the Prime Minister or not, he's been in charge, and he's the one who called off the RCMP from the investigation, from further investigating.
So a citizen's arrest you were trying to...
It's not a citizen's arrest, it's a lawful arrest, so it could be done by any peace officer.
Did you guys meet up with a guy, JP, after?
Yes, I've met JP. We met him. Yes, I got his number in my back pocket right now.
When you were here?
I think so, yes.
He came here looking for you and asked me if I'd seen you. And I said, yes, the guys were over there taking pictures. There was 4 or 5 of them. They left and went up the stairs, but I didn't see them come back down. So he was going all over, and he got really irritated. And I said, well, I don't know what to say. They must have left somehow. And he said he was going to go someplace into Glebe and have lunch.
The pantry.
That was it, yeah. So I figured he might have found you, but he was... pretty agitated, so I said, well...
He did find us. He found us.
For about an hour.
He's a great guy. I love JP. I love JP.
For about an hour.
See, look, you can see...
The cameras?
Oh, is it the cameras? No, I'm looking at the crew up there.
Oh,
I'm not sure if they're taking down something or installing.
No, they're taking the ice off the edges.
It's the ice, exactly. That's what I was hoping for, because you could see all the ice down on the ground.
They're taking the
You know what, my friend? Today is the first day in history. I imagine you've been out here since early this morning?
Yeah.
Yeah? So you haven't been listening to the radio?
No.
Do you know what happened yesterday with Stephen Harper, my friend? I want to congratulate you.
What
because
happened?
An epic day in history happened yesterday. The first time in Commonwealth history, in the history of history, the leader of the Commonwealth Corporation, Corporation of Canada, has been found guilty of contempt of court. They didn't just dissolve the government like they've done in the past when they call an election. Stephen Harper, the person, the Prime Minister, the legal service agent, the fiduciary manager for the Corporation of Canada, the executive committee appointee by the Governor General and by the people of Canada with our voting, right? Which the voting, we understand, is also de facto if this is a de facto government. It's literally dissolving. Oh, yeah. This is Stephen Harper's office over here, okay? Yeah. And if we understand the story, The Wizard of Oz, then the Wicked Witch of the West has literally begun to melt before our very eyes.
3rd floor.
3rd floor.
The corner.
That's right.
I placed my signs strategically so we can get them there.
These are beautiful.
And also the office in the Parliament building on the 3rd floor over there. He usually, instead of entering at the front, goes around to the left and enters on the side. Previous to 9/11, they went in there and you were allowed above the stairs.
Right.
But the public now, if you have any complaints at all, we have to be between the stairs and the fountain here. So now we're not allowed above there.
If you have a complaint.
Yeah.
If you have a complaint.
So now he goes around the corner and his entourage of vehicles and goes in, and 3rd floor over there. So I generally place my sign so you can get a view from both windows. I don't want him to miss it, as if he didn't know. I've had replies from him. Actually, before he got elected, him and Peter MacKay wrote me a letter, both of them saying it seemed like the same person wrote the same letter. But if we get elected, we'll make sure that this never happens to another family in Canada again. I have copies of the letter. I think
this is from the Conservatives.
Yes, from Peter MacKay and Stephen Harper before they were elected in 2006.
People listen up. This is very important.
But these guys now Peter MacKay has met with me 4 times here since I've been coming here in 2006.
Really?
Oh,
really? Okay.
And I said, Mr. MacKay, are you going to do something or not? He's the Newfoundland representative in Parliament.
Right.
We don't have a Conservative member. So he said, we'll see. All 4 times it's we'll see. Well, it's 5 years later and I'm still waiting to see. And now there's another election, and in 2006 I have the original sign over here. It's written and done with a marker, and a group in Newfoundland did these for me, a real good job, free of charge from a sign shop. He said, why don't I do the 4th one? And I said, no, I want that to stay as it was original, because that sign's been here with me since 2006. These people here at the Justice Department started with Vic Tays. My MP took them more than 300 pages of information. And in 2007, it went from Vic Tays to Rob Nicholson. And then my MP went to see him in January of 2007. I met with Norm Doyle, was my MP, during Christmas. He said, Byron, I've already got an appointment. You don't want your file dismissed. I said, no, sir. I want to make sure it doesn't get in a garbage bucket. He called me back at home. My MP did his job. And he said, Byron, it's still in the Justice Department, it's still active, and they're apparently still working at it. And I said, well, Andrew House called me in December of 2006, said it was completed and on the appropriate desk. And he said, I guess they must have in-office work to do on it. So I said, okay, Norm, thank you, I really appreciate that. So here I am now, it's 2011. My MPs tried to get the report. There's groups all across Canada who faxed, emailed, telephoned, and my wife and I. We could get no reply from them.
None.
The report on this review, they sat on while a provincial government judge, against the advice of 5 doctors, put me in a prison cell in a mental hospital, not because I was guilty of anything, but because he said I was delusional and needed an evaluation. After 5 doctors in 2 weeks here in Ontario came to witness in the court and said this man is in no way delusional and has no mental defect.
Oh, I can tell right now speaking with you.
But when I got to the prison ward at the mental hospital, guess who's in charge of the ward? Judge David Orr is the judge that sent me there for a 90-day evaluation. When I get there, his wife Dina Orr was in charge of the ward.
Really?
A ward that Judge David Orr had set up some years ago for a playpen for his wife. Some of the guys there have been there since the ward was established. There's murderers, every kind of sick person in our society. I had very, very many things done to me there.
My condolences, my friend. I know.
Me to react.
I can't even imagine.
And I didn't react.
Thank you.
So they kept me for 6 months and 9 days from July until January the 29th. The Supreme Court of Appeal overruled their decision and they had to release me. So here I am back here again, a mental defect, because I'm in front of Parliament here, and the only delusion I have is that there's justice in Canada. Because these people here...
There is justice in Canada today, my friend.
They've been sitting on this...
Wow. This is big for me, okay? As a man, not a woman. That's the only thing that I declare today that I know that I am. A man. Here today in this area that we call Parliament, which is located in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. The Corporation of Canada has been running this country for a very long time. And I need to say this all legally properly, right?
Yeah.
I actually reserve my rights to say that my words may not be used against me under every God-given right, including and most easily referenced by UCC 1207, that I have the right to protect myself with all my ability. I today, the man commonly known as Max Radico, whose parents baptized him at the United Church of Canada under the assumed name of Matthew David Rasico. which I declare right now is not a legal fiction. That name shall not be used as a legal fiction without my consent. Without the consent of this. Not the picture you're seeing right now in the camera. Not the voice you're hearing in the camera. Not the voice that I'm hearing. Not the picture that I'm seeing. Not even the hand that I'm looking at right now. Is me. I am me. Do you understand? Okay, so today I, as the only man here willing to represent a de jure government on this fine land, which we will claim. We are claiming this land. I say to you, sir, that I declare that you are free from any accusations from this criminal government.
These people, you see, you elect them, they come to and ask you to elect them to be their representatives. These people today are all across Canada asking the public to represent them as their lawmakers for Canada. They come back here. I've been here now, this is my 11th month. I have another permit in my bag for next month, which is my 12th month here in the past 5 years. Every time you elect a representative to represent you as the public of Canada, and they go through that archway at the front, that is the last time they represent you as a member of this country.
Correct.
They come out this door, they have no human contact, they are not permitted to speak with me unless they get permission. And then when they go back in, what's said and done is all gotten together and they decide as a group to ignore the situation. These people represent themselves, and the people who really run this country are not out on a campaign trail. They aren't asking you to vote for them. They are the lawyers and accountants who are still sitting here because I'm here again today to represent the public of Canada with these people who really run our country. The people, the public pacifiers,
Mr. Public,
who ask you to vote for them, the politicians and public pacifiers come back here, report to the people who really run the country, and then either you toe the line or else you go. So these people, for personal interest, toe the line.